So one of the mandatory documents that you must submit after receiving an ITA for your express entry application is a police certificate. So we're going to take a look now at what the IRCC says with regard to police certificates. I'm going to refer to two documents. The first one is this page, the IRCC official website, police certificate, and the second document is the operational instructions and guidelines, which the IRCC staff refers to when checking for completeness of your application. Let's start with what the IRCC says on this page. And the express entry, it says if you're an express entry candidate, you have 60 days to submit your police certificates. Now, let's see. So it says for the country where you currently reside, the police certificate for the country where you currently reside must be issued no more than 6 months before the date you submit your application. Now, here's a caveat. If you currently reside in Canada, you don't have to submit your police certificate upfront. You would be requested to provide it later. But if you're currently not residing in Canada, and if you have been residing in this other country continuously for a period of at least 6 months, then you must provide a police certificate from that country. Or for that matter, any country where you have resided for a continuous period of 6 months since the age of 18. Now, here's an interesting example. Let's say you came to Canada when you were 18 years and 3 months old from India. Then you would not need to provide any police certificate from India, because since the age of 18, you have not resided continuously for a period of 6 months. You resided in India for just 3 months, not 6 months. So you read this. The police certificate must be issued the last time you resided there for 6 consecutive months or longer since the age of 18. The emphasis should be on 6 consecutive months or longer, consecutive, the word consecutive, and since the age of 18. So if you turned 18 but then you stayed only for 3 months or 4 months or 5 months, as long as the period that you stayed in that country for after turning 18 is less than 6 months, you don't need to provide a police certificate from that country. And if you're residing within Canada, you don't have to provide a police certificate when submitting documents for your electronic application for permanent residence. Instead, you would be asked at a later date to provide those documents. Now, let's see what the operational instructions and guidelines say in this regard. So we come to this page, we scroll down, we look under mandatory documents for all applicants, and come to police certificates. Okay. For the applicant's current country of residence, the police certificate must have been issued no more than 6 months before the submission of the EAPR. Now, let's say you are staying in Canada, you are 25, but you stayed in a different country till the age of 22. So you would have to provide a police certificate from that country because you stayed after turning 18 for at least 6 consecutive months in that country. For that matter, if you have stayed in any country in the world for a period of 6 consecutive months, then you need to submit a police certificate from that country. And the police certificate should not be more than 6 months old from the day on which you submit your documents to IRCC. As long as you meet this condition, even if the expiry date on that document has passed, it would still be valid. So it says police certificates meeting the above requirement. As long as it meets all these requirements, the documents can be accepted even if they have an expiry date that has passed. So it goes on to say police certificates are required upfront and are mandatory for each country except Canada. If you're staying within Canada, you will be asked for the document at a later date. Also, the individual does not need to provide one for any period of time before the age of 18. Police certificates need to be a scan of the original police certificate in color. It has to be a scan of the original certificate. Certified true copies, unauthorized copies are unacceptable. And then it goes on to say, in exceptional circumstances, IRCC may accept both of the following: proof of having requested a police certificate for some countries, an explanation of best efforts. It also says not a guaranteed acceptance, but you can try. If you still have any questions of your own with regard to police certificates, you can leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you with the correct response.